Hi, my name is Missy. So let's do some readings. I have some new cards that I want to share with you guys today. I'm not exactly sure what kind of reading this is going to be, as usual. I'm just going to wing it like I always do. If you've been watching any of my most recent readings, you know that I've been trying to focus these readings around the cards that I've been purchasing to offer for sale on my website. And so here we have a new deck. This one is called the Universal Transparent Tarot. So very interesting deck. As you can see, each of the cards is basically transparent with the exception of, oh, I have them upside down. I don't have my glasses on, forgive me. I'm trying to be able to see the computer screen so I can see that whether or not the camera's focusing. So as you can see, it has the picture of each of the tarot cards, but for the most part the card itself is clear, and that's so that you can build them. See? So we're going to use them right now. We're going to use them in a reading. Let me actually explain a little further. This card here is part of the set. I actually glued it to the inside of my board so that I could use this to do this particular reading. I'm going to make some other real quick readings with this as well. But this is the background card that say once you pull your cards, if you put this over the background, then you can see your image there. You can build on top of it. Very cool. So let me show you the rest of, well, not a whole lot left, but there's this card which I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be for. I just took it out because it confuses me. I haven't figured out a way that I want to use it yet. So unless someone knows, but to be honest, I did not read the book. I don't ever read a book when I get a new deck of cards. That's my rule. And funny enough that I was just talking to someone this morning who I've been trying to teach how to read cards, and she was reminding me that one of the first things that I told her, which I know that I tell everyone this is the biggest and best piece of advice I can give to anyone who reads cards, which is throw the book away. When you get your deck of cards, throw the book away, put it in a drawer, put it somewhere where you're not going to look at it, where you're not going to read what someone else's interpretation of those cards is. You want to get to know the cards for yourself, right? So anyway, I did not read this book. I don't know exactly if this card here is supposed to have a special meaning, but this one was pretty easy to figure out. And as you can see, the book is pretty small and it has a couple of different languages here, so you're only going to get maybe 10 or 15 pages of information for the cards anyway, so you kind of have to figure it out with these decks. All right. So one thing I'm noticing with this deck, because I have been playing with it, excuse me, it's a little slippery. So if you're someone like me who likes to use lotion, that kind of stuff, like, you might want to pay attention to that, because they do get a little bit, they get slippery. I've had a few times that they just kind of slide everywhere and the cards fly. Other than that, they're pretty easy to handle, pretty well made. So let's get into it. What we're going to do is, I'm actually going to do the reading first here with the focus card. I'm going to show you guys how to build them to get your reading. Unfortunately, I do not have a camera that I can zoom in so that you can see the cards better. That's something I have to look at in the future. But I will explain it as we go, and then at the end we'll go ahead and pull some charms to see if there are any extra messages that your team wants you to have. All right, so take a minute to breathe with me. I'll go ahead and get the cards shuffled. I'm gonna have to do this. I didn't think about my cute little setup here. And actually, now that we're talking about the setup, that reminds me of something else that I wanted to explain for this reading. Because of the astrology that we have happening right now, we've got Venus combust, along with the solar eclipse happening. So Venus goes combust on the 23rd, I believe it is, and then we have the solar eclipse on the 25th. And so, you know, this is energy, especially with everything that was happening in Libra recently, all of this relationship energy that we have going on, the retrogrades. There's a very good chance that there will be, you know, relationships happening, relationship issues happening, love issues happening. So I wanted to focus this reading on that. I want to focus solely on love. This is not going to be anything about work, money, none of that kind of stuff, unless it comes up as part of the love reading. Sorry, the song in the background is kind of catching my attention. I wasn't in the reading yet, but we have Young Life Crisis by Upsall. That could be a message for someone that you may want to look up. So anyway, when I was looking at, you know, what were the crystals and things that I wanted to incorporate into the reading, like what is the energy that I wanted to bring into the reading, because we're talking about love and relationships, well, I was looking at what I had, and every single piece that I have picked for this particular setup here, including this particular box, actually, with the exception of the cards and the flowers, and actually I have a couple of rings here too that were gifts as well. But anyway, but with the exception of the flowers and the cards and this particular board here, everything here was a gift from someone to me. So they all hold special meanings. So I want to kind of leave this here, which means the reading may take an extra minute or two so that I can shuffle between, because I don't want to have to move my board out of the way. I want to keep the picture pretty. All right, so now take a minute to breathe with me, please. We're going to go ahead and start with Aries, and let me write down a timestamp real quick for that. As soon as I get this shuffled. See, I didn't want to mess it up and I just did it anyway. One more. Interesting, the commercial that was just in the background, it's on, my Pandora is on commercial break as I'm shuffling, but the commercial that was playing, it almost sounded like, you know how, well, I guess I'm going to age myself, but that's okay, I'm old anyway. I'm 50 for those who, you know, I don't care. I'm not ashamed to say how old I am, but for those who are interested, I'm 50. And so, you know, old cassette tapes, like when they get old, sometimes they sound like they're fast forwarding a little bit. That's how that commercial sounded to me. So, but I don't think that it really was. I think it was just the way that they were talking and the fact that I wasn't really paying attention. It just hit me that way. Or maybe, again, I say this all the time. I don't take anything in any of these readings for granted. Everything that happens, I take it as part of the reading. And so the fact that I heard it as being sped up, it's a message to me that tells me that specifically for Aries, if you are planning anytime, yes, but any type of like a small vacation, right? Like let's say it's a overnight something or a weekend visit or something, I feel like you need to really plan time to just sit still. Otherwise, it's going to feel so sped up that it's not going to be a vacation at all. So just take that however it resonates for your situation, if it resonates for it. And you know, I forgot to write down that timestamp. I do remember what it was, but let me give this a couple more shuffles and give me 1 second to write that down. I don't want to forget that. It just makes it easier in editing to take note of it now. Oh, I'm not sure where I'm going to be able to cut these. You know what? I think this might be the last time I actually cut them, unless I need to really shuffle them to clear the energy. Just because. Let me write my note. What did I do with my pad of paper now? Damn it. Okay, so see, actually, like I said, this might be part of the reading. This might be part of the reason that if you are planning some sort of something, you might forget things, you might misplace things, you might remind yourself to do something important and then forget to do it, because what you really need to be doing is resting. So, give me 1 second. Aries. And we have the song. We're Good, I think, is the name of the song. Let me look it up real quick so I can give you the exact name so that you can look for the lyrics. Yep, that's the name. We're Good, Dua Lipa. Okay. So let's go ahead and start your reading. See what's going on for Aries. I think I'm gonna do like a broad month on this, but really any of these readings are meant to be timeless. So just, you know, whenever you see it, if it resonates for your situation, it's meant for you. The whole disclaimer: if it doesn't fit your situation, please don't try to force it. You should probably look at one of the other signs. I try to explain to people often that we have all 12 signs of the zodiac in our chart. And so you could be working from the energy of any one of those 12 signs at any time of the day, week, month, or year. If one of the other signs, if you just happen to see it and for some reason you feel this tug or this pull to watch it, and you're like, but that's not my sign, I can't watch that one. Yes, you can. There's a reason that you're being, you know, kind of led towards it. You're being tugged towards it. All right, I feel like it was this one right here that we need to start with. Interesting. We've got the 5 of Wands, and it's interesting that that's the song that we have in the background as well. So it could be that there's, you know, either competition, because, you know, here's the thing, the 5 of Wands, 5s are always numbers of chaos, right? But the 5 of Wands, the chaos in the 5 of Wands is not as bad as that of the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is where the conflict that comes from it, one side is going to kind of work from an underhanded energy, right? When you come from the 5 of Wands, or when it's the energy of the 5 of Wands and the conflict that's had there, this is more like competition or friendly competition, right? Or even frenemies. But whatever's happening, there's competition. There's a competitive energy. In fact, this is one of the things I love about this deck that I want to share with you guys right now. Hopefully you'll get to see it. So some are much more clear than the others, but do you see how there are some cards peeking through, creating a sort of collage of cards in the background there? So the way that I'm going to read this, now if you decide that you like this deck and you want to get your own, you can do it your own way. But the way I'm going to read this is the one that is the most clear, or the topmost card is the strongest energy. The one that's hardest to make out but I can still tell what card it is going to be the weakest energy. But if it's a card that I can't tell exactly what card it is, I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to move the cards out of the way to see what it is. Whatever I can see through from this top card here is what we're going to read as the foundation of this particular card that came out here. So this is one of the reasons I love this deck. It's like, boom, you don't even have to do too much to get your clarification or more information about the card you just pulled. And like, think about this, if you're doing a 1 card a day pull, right? How awesome would that be? You got your 1 card, it tells you the energy of your day, and then boom, here's all of the little details of that energy. So the cards that we have here, we have the 4 of Wands as the topmost, and then we've got the 8 of Swords. I can see the Queen of Swords here. We've got the 4 of Cups, and it looks like the Emperor. And the Emperor is the weakest energy, which is interestingly Aries energy. So maybe you are feeling as if you are weak, or somehow your energy is being pushed into the background, or it's being filtered through all of these other layers. I would say filtered through this Queen of Swords, which is likely someone who's very sharp-tongued, because that's just the energy of the Queen of Swords, right? Very honest, very forthright, but the things, you know, what she's saying is not easy. Well, it's not easy to say, but it's also not easy to hear. The Queen of Swords often gets a bad rap as being like a harpy, right? Like a cold, I can't think of the words, but it's the energy, like that cold, it's like a cold female, but I can't think of the words. It's a derogatory term that usually men would use it to describe a woman. But that is kind of her energy, right? It's because she has to be strategic. It's not like there's any flaw in her. She just has to be this way, right? Or she just is this way. She's just honest. But then you feel trapped by this energy here. So here's Aries energy with the Emperor. So whatever's happening with Aries energy, it's getting filtered through this Queen of Swords, harsh words, which makes someone feel trapped, but then boom, you've got the 4 of Wands. Oh, happy-go-lucky, ha ha ha. It's like I'm having to pretend to be happy on the outside when on the inside I feel like this, like I really want to get out of this situation. I'm not happy here. Oh, and I forgot about the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups actually sits above the Queen of Swords, and the 4 of Cups is energy of like, I'm so over it. I'm so bored with this. You know, been there, done that. The party's been going on too long energy, and this is the energy of a party, but you're still smiling, right? So whatever this is, obviously friendship, right? Whatever this friendship and the only reason that I say friendship is because there aren't any cups. Well, except for that 4 of Cups that says, I'm over it and I'm bored. But you've got swords. The Emperor is fire energy. The Wands are fire energy. But that you can have fire energy with your friends. And a party is typically something that you would have with your friends. So this tells me that this is probably friendship energy for you. That you're just tired of. You're tired of the conflict, the competition. We have the song Outcast by Shinedown. And the song before that was Monster by Imagine Dragons. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's see what is the advice on this, right? And it's strangely, I feel like I want to do a shuffle. I don't know, maybe that's how it's going to go in this reading. But yeah, let's do a shuffle or two, mix them up again, and then we're going to ask the next question, like, what is the advice? What is the best course of action for you at this time? Interesting, this right here, these two want to come out. And so we're going to take it. All right, so we have Temperance with the Eight of Wands. Oh, finally when it, there we go. So see, we have Temperance with the Eight of Wands. And look at the Eight of Wands actually covers that Five of Wands. So that tells me a lot right there. The fact that it covered that Five of Wands. Let me pick up my board. Ooh, I just realized I can do that. Now you guys can see up close when it's all together. So yeah, the way to balance this situation out is to be honest and talk about it. That's literally what the Eight of Wands is saying. You have to say something. Speak up, talk about it, say how you feel. I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck now again. Interesting, we have I'm coming back, I'm coming back, I'm coming back. It keeps going over and over and over in the background from that song. So whatever this is, maybe you and this friend will get back together. All right, and look at, we have the Four of Wands again as the topmost card, again on the bottom of the deck. And now we have the Hierophant, hold on. We have the Eight of Swords again. And we've got that Queen of Swords back. I can't make out these two here, so we're going to ignore them. So to me, it looks like the Four of Wands is the topmost card and the Queen of Swords is the bottommost card. So at this point, the Queen of Swords is going to be filtered through the lens of wisdom, right? But still there's this sense of feeling trapped. Right? There's this sense of feeling trapped, and I wonder if it's being trapped, like feeling like maybe you can't say what you really think. Maybe somebody doesn't completely trust your guidance. Maybe like if you say, you feel like if you really say what it is that you're thinking or feeling. I don't know why my camera's doing, oh, I guess it's because of the way that the cards are, it's doing it like that. It's focusing like that. But anyway, right here, focused on the Eight of Swords, because you can't really say what it is that you're thinking and feeling and seeing, right? Noticing, observing, because you notice she's got that, the blindfold on, over her eyes as well. So if you can't point those things out, if you can't say anything about it, if you can't whatever, then, you know, that's a problem here. Hold on. Come on. It doesn't want to focus now, probably because of the cards. And let me... All right. So this actually has a dual meaning, right? So when you put these two together the way that they are, this is still opposite energy, especially because you can see the swords here on either side of the woman. Kind of what looks like almost a doorway, and then here you've got the I always forget what these are called, you know, these are for weddings. Anyway, the bride and groom walk under it, but anyway, it's a doorway as well. So these two doorways, they're opposites in energy. One is, you know, happy, joyful, the other is restricted and stressful. And so you not being able to speak up about what it is that you know, the wisdom that you have, the things that you observe with that blindfold there, it's causing this problem in this area where it feels fake. We do have the song, Girl, You Know It's True, Milli Vanilli. So I think there is love here, absolutely. That's probably the reason that it kept saying, I'm coming back, where it was saying like this is definitely like a friendship that's coming back together, or a relationship that's coming back together. So the dual message of this isn't, like I said, it isn't just like if I can't speak up, this is going to be fake forever. It's also once you do speak up, then this becomes real. It's like the friendship becomes solidified, right? And I just realized which one this is right here. This is the Six of Pentacles. I can just see it in the way his shoulders are there, and you can see the people here. This is the Six of Pentacles. It has to be reciprocal. The wisdom has to be shared mutually, or even the leadership as well, because that's what the Hierophant is about. The Hierophant is the Pope, right? He's the leader of the church, but he's not the leader. Well, in some places, the Pope does have political sway, but typically he would be at odds with the Emperor. So I don't know, just take that however it resonates. But as you can see there's the equal exchange. Also charity and compassion come through with that card. It's really important. Okay. I have an idea of what that card is, but I'm not sure. And like I said, I'm not going to dig under it to look. So with that, what we're going to do now is get you a couple of charms. We have the song, hold on, One of These Nights, the Eagle. Interesting that you got the Bible first. All right. And then this one. Oh, this is the car. It actually came out upside down, and ooh, I think something's going to happen to somebody's car. There's going to be something about repairs because the car came out like this with a piece of tourmalated quartz. Come on, focus. See the little piece of tourmalated quartz there? So you're going to have to fix your car, or there's something about actually protection. Like maybe if you don't have insurance, or maybe there's something that you need to clear up in terms of insurance on your car, maybe. And that did come out like right up here, which is telling me that like the Eight of Wands, like you may have to mail in, I don't know, like you might get a ticket or something. Oh, I didn't mean to drop those out of there, but I wanted to show you what they look like. My little Bible charm. See, it's a little locket, and then it has these. It has the angel, the praying hands, and then the dove of peace. So these are your keys to faith, or your these are the three keys that you can call on in order to help you to maintain balance while you're having the conversation with this person. Also, I feel like eclipse energy is really important as well. Maybe you want to do this on the day of the eclipse. Hopefully I'm going to get this posted by then. We have the Queen here. It's saying like take the lead, or take charge of the situation with D, or it could be even DE, but I think D is more in focus here. Because E and then the smoky quartz are both on the edges right here. I feel like it's saying like keep E a little bit. Well, like there's something like you need to protect yourself, right? Because that's what smoky quartz does. It transmutes the lower vibrational energies and changes them into, like, it recycles them basically. It cleans them so that they can then be used for good or for healing, right? It has to do with like clarity. Also, you've got the medicine dropper here, but it did come out upside down. Like there could be, like you might need some medicine, or there could be some sort of healing that you didn't even see that you needed, right? Especially with this particular rune. This particular rune here is it's like the rune, the breath, right? The breath of God, or the answer, right? The communication from God is what that rune talks about. It's spelled ANSUZ if you want to look it up. I don't want to say it because I don't want to mispronounce it. So basically, like it's basically saying like you could get an answer that could be healing to you in some way that you don't even see, but you might need to protect yourself over here, right? Keep E along the edges, or keep a boundary with E to protect yourself. Take that however it resonates. Over here, we've got the bellows with the charm that says just one life. And so what this is telling me is that if there's something that you've felt that you missed out on and you want to breathe new life into it, now is the time. We have the song, hold on, Giving you the best that I got, Anita Baker, and I'm going to show you the charm board up close real quick so that you can see them, if I can get it to focus. Come on. Oh, I guess we're not going to do this for every group. How annoying is this? I guess you can kind of see them. There we go. There we go. Please stay focused. The numbers 2, 4, and 7, or 247, or any combination of the above might be important as well. Okay? All right, Aries. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please stick around. There may be another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, anything you can do to help me, and I thank you so much for watching.